So I was gonna play this, I think on Sunday, but we're gonna play it now because that game was really short. So play it now, and I'll figure out something else to do. Oh, ooh, laggy! Oh my god, that sensitivity. Okay, that's better. I do not remember what this game is about. I usually read up on the description before I go live, but my dirty little secrets. Read on to move on. Well, why can't I read it? Hello? Hold on. There we go. The last human on Earth was sitting alone in a room. There came a knock on the door. I never cared for keeping a diary, but now seems to be a good time to start keeping one. Why? Because after all these years, I still can't forget about what used to be the light of my life. I know, overdramatic much. Knowing Brian Colmer as much as I did is bound to leave a big chunk of residue. Let's just say this diary is what's left of our relationship. 3 years have passed, and the world around me is still the same. Well, except for me, I look like a mummified corpse. What would B say if he saw me again? B left Rosen Peak the moment he graduated high school to go to a fancy college of his dreams. Since then, I could only really rely on my memories of him to keep on going. I wonder if it's the same for him too. When you love someone, his whole existence just gets etched into your brain. So no matter how much B changes, I will always know it's him. But will B do the same for me? I love B, but he was not the most likely person to remember stuff. It's been 3 years, so it's possible he did forget about me. Or am I giving him too little credit? Comes a big question. Will he remember me? Circle your answer. Please throw away your empty toilet paper rolls. I do. You gave me nothing. Oh. Controls are a little weird. Yes. Who am I kidding? Oh, is it like a choice-based game where, like, depending on what I choose will change the outcome? That's interesting. It's B we were talking about. He didn't have the most perfect relationship, but he won't just dump his memories of me down a toilet or something. Too much of a nice guy for that. And don't forget cute. I just hope our time together was meaningful enough for him, enough to make him cherish enough of the darkest ones. Speaking of cherishable memories, I wonder what happened to Joe's Diner. It used to be my favorite place, naturally because it was B's favorite place to begin with. There were two things that were too good for Rosen Peak. It would be Brian and Joe's Diner. Home of the best pancakes in the world. Brian Colmer. 5 stars, Brian Colmer. Girl, you're obsessed. Things were so much easier back then. B would just go, hey, and I would be like, hi. Nothing but hanging out after that, with some occasional visit to Colton Hill. We had such a good thing going. Will he remember my voice? Will he say hey to me again? Did time ruin... Went back to reading my diary. Just wanted to say hello every time I called him, but what I want to do and can do are two different things. Just enjoying B's presence on the other side of the phone was satisfying too in a way, though. Hey. Hi. He was so eager to know who was calling him in the middle of the night. Why didn't I get to finish reading? August 21st, 2006. That was a debut outfit. I admire your confidence, Sam. And with that, my whole high school years were probably over. First day of a new school, and the new girl in town gets classified as undesirable by what seems to be the queen of Warwright Academy. I spent the last night telling myself, confidence, Sam, confidence. But looks like I should have spent that time picking better clothes. Try not to care too much about blending in, but these kids already look at me like I'm candy handed out by strangers. The package seems fine, but you know there's something fishy in there. Judging from their whispers, I could figure out they didn't know where Wright even accepted transfers. In less than 24 hours since I moved to Rosen Peak, and I already enjoy sitting alone in my dorm room more than attempt socializing with people who call me a city girl. Well, screw you too, hillbillies. Besides, I decided not to force myself into making friends after how my old friends decided to turn on me. I just hope these guys leave me alone at least. Keeping a diary sure can help keep things together in all the chaos. I haven't kept a diary since kindergarten, but this seems like a good time to restart. Kudos for Mom for giving me the advice. Oh shoot, almost forgot. Calling her, write you later, diary. My only true friend, love, Sam. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it was clear as the moment he left. So clear that... Did I even finish? No. I wish I could sneak into people's minds, look behind their eyes just by staring. If I had that power, I would never stop looking through B's window. Oh my god, girl, you're weird. Will B remember the moment he came into my life? For me, it was clear as the moment he left, so clear that the downfall of relationships still cuts deep into my heart. Yeah, life in Rosen Peak was a jar filled with bittersweet candy. It's not exactly tasteful, but I learned to enjoy it. Nevertheless, it's where my heart lies. Wrote a poem in B's memory. He used to struggle with Miss Leslie's poetry practices, even if he didn't have to try that hard. Miss Leslie always told us poetry is not about using fancy words. Let your feelings do all the work. This is how I feel. I stand at his doorstep, heart filled with desire. He rushes down the stairs, heart red like fire. Before his spirit can sour, first he must answer the door. I don't like that. Very interesting way to tell a story. I like it. August 22nd, 2006. Stacy is a classic. FYI, she's the one who talked crap about my favorite vintage shirt. It's like she jumped straight out of a cheesy teen drama. Blonde, hot, always talking, and a cheerleader. She even has a beefy jock for a boyfriend. I didn't want to start talking shit about someone already, but how could I resist? Every time I get in Stacy's view, triggered an obvious backbite. I'm seriously starting to think she's under a curse that kills her if she stops talking about someone else. I'm Stacy. I'm pretty. Sadly, coping with her bitchiness wasn't the hardest part of the day. Mom called again. As far as she knows, it's just rainbows and butterflies here in Rosen Peak. I can still remember the complicated face she made when I told her that my application was accepted by Wright. None of us were expecting them to approve a transfer request of an 11th grader. Even if she told me she understands we need to move out of the city, I really feel guilty about leaving her alone, even if it's Dad's fault our family was torn apart like this. We already used up your last runaway chance, Sam. Get your shit together, if not for you, for Mom. I've changed from knock knock to hey. Other Wayrite kids were so predictable. Their doors were already open even before I put my hand on the knob. The B's door was closed shut and so beautifully painted. Everyone liked him, but couldn't get him to open up. I knew there was something more behind that pretty paint, something behind his bright smile. But on the other hand, being able to hang out with him was a good enough blessing for me, enough to make me want to never leave his side. Ever. Fuck you. August 26, 2006, my first Rosen Peak weekend. As the name itself gives away, the small town fits perfectly as a setting for the mystery horror genre. Lush forests, endless hills, and a lake that I'm certain is hiding a couple of dead bodies. I could pay a visit to the lake one day and take some gorgeous shots. As for now, I'm just going to leave the POI on my to-do list, which is already filled with crazy amount of homework. I now know why youngsters at Waymouth will try their best to get as far away from school as possible after class to escape from choking on the pressure that teachers give them. Even on weekdays, pretty girls like Stacy will have their boyfriends give them a ride, and others make use of the power of public transportation to get to the more crowded parts of town. It does feel too quiet with no one left in school, but at least I don't feel as lonely as what I was in San Diego. At least I don't have to watch everyone I know turn their faces away like I'm some kind of demon spawn. At least I don't have to be reminded of how fucked up things can be in a single moment. Moving on won't be easy, but as long as I keep myself busy, it won't be that hard, so I wonder how I should spend this afternoon. Write you later, love, Sam. B was always pushing his limits. Well, it was more like he was always being pushed, but he was good at it. That's why he naturally becomes the best quarterback of the team while maintaining a high grade for a star player. B was the best quarterback Wayrite could ask for. Seeing him running all sweaty on the field always triggered something tingly within me. And then that made me want to catch him behind his back and never let go. This looks like Scooby-Doo. But, you know, B. Oh, salmon. I was like, what's this S for? Sam. Okay. All sorts of feelings and thoughts were pumped relentlessly into my brain with every heartbeat. It gave me a bad headache, a good kind of bad headache. I wanted it to stop. I wanted it to never stop. But as soon as B gave me that, hey, all those headaches were washed away, it used to be the best prescription anyone could ask for. Take away the pain and let the good things stay. Bye. It's creepy. This is cool. August 31st, 2006. Where boarding school, Waymouth intellectuals are not that interested in becoming intelligent. I visited the library for Miss Leslie's book assignment today, and two things surprised me. One, the place was much bigger than the one in my old school. Someone could get lost in here. Two, I had a strong feeling that people rarely visit the library, maybe because they feared being lost in there. The place was too clean. Even the books showed little sign of human touch. I wonder if Stacy is even thinking of picking up a book. With her admiring her boyfriend Kyle's tattoo all day, I doubt she has spare time to do that. Is she depending on Kyle to do reading for her? Seriously, according to what I saw so far, he's either busy reacting to whatever is coming out of Stacy's mouth or working up some shenanigans with his jock buddy, Brian, was it? So, yeah, right. Like a jock, huh? In the meantime, I should be more concerned about myself than the well-being of the whole school. Open those eyes, no need for words. The sweetest love songs those eyes utter. So turn around and sing for me. I don't want to. Hi. Am I not Sam? I thought I was Sam rereading my diary. But do I do with this? No, seriously, what the fuck do I do with it? It's like the clothes look like guy clothes, but what do I know? Hi, Brian. Oh, just put the stick in there, yeah. What do I do? Oh. I miss him even when I'm with him. I see him even when he's not looking. November 4th, 2006. Visiting the library again. A bit more people than before, and among them was Brian. It's not worth the bother, but seeing a major skank's boyfriend's Bud wandering around in the library is uncanny by anyone's standard. He must have been there to pick a book for Miss Lasley's assignment. I almost got too close to him trying to see what he was going to pick. I really hope he didn't notice that. I'd rather be known as the regular geek than the creepy one. Woe is me, hate to admit, but seeing Brian at the library is today's only diary-worthy event, probably because it's the only human interaction that didn't give me a sensation of someone talking behind my back. At least today's entry is a tad more meaningful than what I wrote yesterday. I need to revise my book options now. Write you later. A doc in the library. Now I've seen everything. And one day he will start looking for me too. Only to realize I was with him the whole time. Like a boogeyman sleeping under us. Nothing under the bed. Oh. I don't want to. Oh, do I get the stick? It was Mr. Kane's night psychology class, and he still managed to come up with another lame activity. This time he gave each of us a mask and made us express our personality by drawing on it. Again, this was psychologically. Psychology. The last thing I want to do right now is open up to others, so for the next 30 quingy minutes, I meant... 1 second. I managed to create one of the most basic personality masks one can imagine. If the mask were a covered letter, it would start with, I'm a people person. But it's not the dumb excuse that's bugging me right now. When the masks were being passed around, Brian, yep, him again, kind of smiled at me. It's 11 p.m. now. Why am I writing about this? It's most likely an accidental glance, but I still don't know why a very image hovered in my head for the rest of the class. The rest of the day, stupid brain probably wanted an excuse for screwing up today's math test. Yeah, I was expecting something like that to happen. That was a lot less scary than I thought. What will B remember me as? A friend, a weirdo, a liar? After all, he didn't really know me. Like, really know me. No one did. I thought it was like a boyfriend. But no. Well, just a creepy stalker girl. I had to put on so many masks just to survive high school. The me that B knew was just layers and layers of fabricated image. I could never take them off. I couldn't let anyone see how vulnerable I was. I would have been eaten alive. Worse, B would have left me completely. Even when the fragile layers were off, I couldn't take them off. That's all I did, cover up the holes before anyone could peek through. Cover them up. Don't let them see my face. Find the lies. Oh. It's actually timed. Don't tell me I have to do that again, right? I don't even know where... In the fridge, maybe? Something I think of. Maybe I have to do it within a certain order. Oh, there's stuff up there. Okay. Controls are not good. So, like, sticky. I was returning some of the books I checked out when he came out of nowhere. Hey, anything worth reading? I didn't know the voice was aimed at me, but my heart was somehow already skipping a beat. Brian had to tap on me on the shoulder to get my complete attention. Sam, right? I saw you going in and out of the library, he said with buttery voice. It's not like I've been stalking you or anything. I came here from time to time to get away from the stupid assignment out of the way so I can focus on my games. He said he couldn't find anything interesting to read, and since all he could think of were comics, he could use some guidance. My mind was still jumbled up with the ambush. All I remember saying is, how about Misery? Stephen King's works are good enough to get you started. Because boys only like stories with blood and breaking bones, right? Oh god. Misery's a good book. Well, I haven't read the book, but the movie was good. I don't recall how the rest of the conversation went, but I'm certain he said, see you later at some point, and I said, yeah, see ya. Misery, real nice, Sam. If Brian doesn't know you're a weirdo, he does now. What I did for B, all of them, because I loved him. Why couldn't he just understand? Others were nothing but poison. I was the only one who truly cared, but B didn't even appreciate the things I had done for him. I never wanted a drama. I wanted a poem-like life. A tender, subtle love story written only for his eyes. It's totally fine if no one else gets it, as long as B does. I hope B remembers our own little world, even if he forgot about it. I made him a map so he can find his way back. I think it's a good time to come back now, B. Let's go back to our small world with all our favorite places are forever etched in my heart. Go back. Turns out the lake does have a history of having a dead body in it. I know this because I went there. I went there because Brian took me there. Whoa! It all happened so fast. I was outside of the yard reading when Brian appeared out of nowhere again. Said hey and started telling me how he actually enjoyed the book and how he never read the same book twice in his life. And since He was heading out. He offered to give me a tour of the town. 10 minutes later, we were passing Joe's Diner, home of the world's famous pancakes, says Brian. There's also arcade across the diner. Brian hates the place because it's teeming with 10-year-olds. The donut shop was Brian's must-go-to place, too, unlike the music store, which, according to him, seriously needs to restock. I found my own POI, a bookstore. It was weird seeing a bookstore and a gym standing side by side, though. In the tour, I finally got to taste that sweet pancake Brian worshipped. Out the window, I could see a weird, gigantic hill that was also visible from my dorm room. Brian revealed that he had a secret base of some kind there. He jokingly said that he could take me there when I'm cool enough. After dinner, Brian dropped me off at the bus station and drove off to meet up with his friends. I was exhausted but hyped up beyond my limits. I can't sleep. How can I when the whole day just feels like a dream? Interesting. Mark our favorite spots. So, that's the firehouse, park, sort of gym, arcade, hair salon, donut shop. Maybe? I want to be the secret base. She hasn't been there yet. I need to go find more hearts. Do. Convenience store's bad, arcade's bad. Secret spot? No, not the secret spot. Yeah, because the secret spot hadn't done a thing yet. I don't know, the bookstore, I guess? Jesus Christ, dog. Scared me. I miss Morning Dew Donut Shop. Bee never shut up about its donuts. They did taste sweet, just like Bee's heart. Each bite was another memory to savor. But just like the donut, it had an expiration date. It turned cold and bitter. I miss its warmth, I miss its sweetness. I need it. I need to eat it up. Golems just obliterated the Hammerheads today. I now know why they say Brian and Kyle are more than buds. I would have called them an awesome duo too if only Kyle wasn't an ass load of douche. I mean, the guy has his name tattooed on his arm. Call me old-fashioned, but I think he should go to a hospital and get that ego checked out because it must be swollen huge. At least he leaves me alone other than giving me that creepy stare when I pass by. I understand how Stacy can keep hanging out with him, but Brian, they do say we sometimes become friends with those who are the opposite ends, so maybe it's not such a weird thing. For me, the real win was the photos I took of Brian. Watch out for Sam Holt, the rising teenage stalker. Bringing the Polaroid camera I brought years ago during my camera geek phase seems like a good idea now. Sigh, I know I promised myself to stay away from people, stay away from the drama. But when I look at Brian, when he talks to me, it feels like maybe, just maybe, it's okay to have a little drama for myself. I'm not ready to define what this feeling is, but for now I'm going to label it as looking for a shoulder to cry on and just shove it under my bed for the pictures I took today. I hated every moment I was not with B. I was helpless. Every day I wanted to call him just so we could chat, but I was afraid of what Brian would think of it. It would even hurt his reputation. When I finally worked up the nerve to call, all I could do was listen to him say hello. That was as far as our late night call chit-chat could go. I hung up, wondering if he knew who it was on the other line. I remember the strong burning sensation that came every time I called him, that red, fiery sensation. Red. So fucking red. Red everywhere. Finish what you started. Oh, I actually have to draw it? Oh, my God. The hell? She did. What do we do? What else do I do? Can I not, like... I don't. Why it's so particular? Oh, there's someone standing there under the tree. Oh. So I'm assuming I'm Brian, and our relationship, he didn't want it to be more than friends, and so she killed herself. And he feels guilty. Is what I'm going to assume. Sam, meet me at the Colton Hill. You know where to find me. Due date for Miss Leslie's book report is right around the corner, and I still not finished. Only if I wasn't too disturbed. Normally I wouldn't bother reading a teen romance story, but for some reason I thought, hey, why not? The premise for Mingled itself is pretty generic. Jenny was a huge crush on her childhood friend Michael, but she can't get Michael to think of her as more than just friends. She reaches the conclusion that it's because of all those girls around him. So she starts making a list of all the basic girls who have a crush on Michael. What she's planning to do with the list is yet to be revealed. If I can finish reading the book by tomorrow, I'll be able to finish report with enough time for a revise. Yes, I wonder how Brian is doing with his assignment. Why am I interested? Because he's been asking for my help for some of his works, and I gladly agree to. Why would I do that? Because I'm helping Brian focus on his practices so he can bring trophies to our beloved school. It becomes safe to say that I'm taking part in a bigger cause. Not like I'm doing this for personal reasons, right? I wanted so close to be close. I wanted so bad to be close to Brian, so close that I could peep into his beautiful head. No? Oh, there we go. So close, I can still just lean into him and tell him all my deepest. You. So close that I can whisper, don't leave me, don't go away. Don't smile for others. Don't look away, don't look away, don't look away. Nope, nope, nope. Nope, nope, nope. Oh. No, no, no. Ah! This is annoying! Like, I'm going to stop playing this game. No. Okay, stop. How long do I have to do this for? Fuck's sake, that was unnecessarily complicated. Stacy invited everyone to a late post victory party at her place this Friday. Weird that she told me this at the hallway herself. The sudden act of courtesy was enough to leave me frozen. To think of it, a self-conscious beauty queen like Stacy would love showing off how tolerant she could be. I prefer celebrating quietly in my room, but since the party is practically being held for Brian, I thought it would be sort of rude for me to not be there. He's nothing but nice to me since I met him, so at least I could do is show up. Plus, I could probably witness the face Stacy makes when she sees I actually had the nerve to show up. Maybe, just maybe, I could even piss her off. I managed to strike a conversation with Brian. An Omega hanging out with an Alpha, Kyle would be busy comforting Stacy, fuming about how I mess up her ecosystem. No peer pressure, Sam, just clean drinks and hopefully some casual talk with Brian. What could possibly go wrong? Staring into closed eyes, I could never know if B knew I was looking at him. Did he know? Did he even know I was there? Maybe he knew but simply didn't care. The only thing looking back at me is my decaying sanity. I wanted to look away so much, but that's the point. When the stench is still there. I started to think that the only way to get B's attention was to throw myself off Golden Hill. How did I become so low? All I wanted was a chance to show how I feel about B without any noise getting in the way. No matter what happens next, it should at least give me some sort of closure and peace. Brian was super likable. Everyone liked everything about him. They couldn't stop smiling when Brian started talking. It made me want to puke. They smiled as if their relationship with Brian didn't mean anything, and yet I was the only one left with a broken heart when he left Rosen Peak. B was so determined after leaving that being a star player wasn't enough for him. B wanted to be a fucking model student. Nothing says pick me to college administration than the spotless student record. Can't just shake up my whole world and leave. So suicide suspected in death of missing teenager. A girl of 17 was found dead on Colton Hill, likely ended her own life, police say. Yep. Sam Holt, a transfer student to Rayward Academy, has been reported missing for 6 days until Rosen Peak authorities discovered her body in the forest. Due to days of heavy rain around the time of her death, the investigation of Miss Holt's death faced few challenges. However, interviews with school faculty members and its students led to the possibility that she threw herself off the cliff of Colton Hill after months of rejection from her peers. She was rarely seen with others, says one of her former teachers. She was even publicly humiliated just before disappearance. It must have been worked to be point for her. Rosen Peak police say the fall did not kill Sam instantly. It was possible she gasped for air through her broken neck before dying. Oh, that's why her neck snaps when you get killed by her. Now faces suspicion of neglecting its students, led by the mother of Miss Holt. Oops, wrong way. Oh man, everything's gone wrong. All my senses are screaming in pain. I didn't even remember drinking any booze. The pain only escalated the moment Brian texted me. Are you feeling okay? No, I was not okay. And why is Brian asking me this? Did I do something to him? According to Brian, I went for being quiet to crazy, happy, and cute. His words, not mine. Real quick. I was so close to being the center of the party that he had to bring me back to the dorm. Why can't I remember any of them? Congrats, Sam. You've reached a new low in life. Shit, is this it? Is this how I die? I sincerely asked Brian if there was a good place to kill myself. He said maybe now's a good time to show you my secret hideout since I passed the test by showing the whole school a different me. Is he seriously going to take me to his Colton Hill hideout? Tomorrow I'm going to the so-called most romantic place in Rosen Peak with Brian. There's something in my head that keeps keeping me awake, and it's not a hangover. I can't just shake up my whole world and leave. Oh. Either she kills herself or we push her. A bag. That was stupid. Fix your pants, bro. Oh my god, Brian actually took me to Colton Hill. The hideout Brian mentioned had a wonderful view of the small town. The whole place under the golden sunset. The best part of this spot was that it was quite hidden and unsafe. You could easily roll down the hill if you were careless or drunk, and no one could find you for days. How awesome is that? Being drunk with that wonderful moment didn't cause any accident, though. We sat there for less than an hour, but it felt like an eternity. I can't even remember what we talked about. I do remember saying how beautiful Rosen Peak is, and Brian being like, all meh about it. I guess you can get fed up with views like this too. Today's only regret is that I failed to bring the true essence of the hill's view back to me. There's a reason why I gave up photography as a hobby in the first place. At least a close-up shot of Brian was not half as bad. When I came back down the hill, it became clear that my life just became a little bit more messed up now. I know because I really want to talk to Brian again soon. Help me get to sleep quickly today, diary. Love, Sam. Brian's secret hideout. A closed Colton Hill hiking route discovered by himself so he can hide from the world around him. Not a flashy place, had a great view. Wait, hold on. I don't know what that says. Okay. Can't read it. I wish it could be our special place. Hours and hours only. Colton Hill is nothing but a rock pile of blood-soaked memories now. Why did he have to break my fucking heart? Was I just one of his many friends? Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave, even after I told him we won't be together anymore. He thought it was too good for Rosen Peak and me. To him, I was just a background in his pictures. You don't deserve a face. It's all messed up. Fuck! I'm here, but I don't know. Oh. The book report was finished days ago, but I can't stop thinking about Mingled. Mostly because my stupid brain thinks I'm sort of like the main character, Jenny. To summarize the rest of the book, Jenny goes on this jealousy-fueled sabotage rampage on every girl who has ever crushed on Michael. I know it sounds horrible without context, but it's actually kind of cute. She finally stands on top, and Michael finds out that what she's done. He breaks Jenny's heart, saying he can't be sure of who she is anymore. Things work out in the end, but that's not why I sympathize with the dorky psycho girl. Brian is just like Michael, popular, has killer biceps, busy hanging out with people. I can't see what he wants because of all the noise around him. I know he wants to go to college, but what about beyond the boring stuff? What kind of person does he like? What does he want? What does he think about me? He told me about his mom, how she died of cancer last year. It must have been so hard trying to look okay in front of everyone who's depending on him. I sometimes feel like he can't see me because he's so busy trying to meet everyone's expectations. I know how those around us can be hurtful, and it's dangerous to rely on them so much. I just wish I could tell Brian one day I'm here for him. Yeah. God, this is weird. Remember how to take pictures. Hate it. I hate it. Maybe that's it. That's why he wanted to leave even after I told him. Okay. Background in his pictures. Brian just got what he wanted in the end. He left Rosen Peak as soon as he was given the chance. As for me, I was left to suffocate in the hole of tainted memories until I drown in my own endless nightmare. Don't leave me. Oh my god, lady girl. You need to stop. Every day, every night, I'm surrounded by whispers. Whispers that lie, whispers that eat away my brain piece by piece, no matter how hard I try to. Oh god, I hear them again. One must take as much as one gives. Yes. Obsession is stronger form. No. No one can have what you can't. B never loved you. Because you are a selfish little shit. All your problems are caused by you. It's all your fault. Azrael, it looks like you still have your eyes closed shut. and keep them shut. How long will you last this time? It's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack in my heart. Miss Leslie gave me an easy poetry assignment for once. She said it's okay to make poetry, the classics, as long as we stick to the A, B, C, B rhythm. So I took to the library and getting my imagination go A, B, C, B, Zerk. Here's a slight taste of my early work. Nurses are red, violets are blue. My life would have sucked if it wasn't for you. Call me Sam Spear. Wait, is it Holt Spear? I could have waited for Brian to ask for my help with homework again, but I decided to make the first move this time, and guess what? He said he can handle it alone. I'm paranoid, but I'm worried he might have hurt Brian's pride. That's what happens when Sam opens her idiot mouth or uses her idiot brain. Yes, I've decided to carry my diary in my bag. The doors in the girls' dorm are way too easy to open. Not as easy as Stacy, though, if you know what I mean. I even saw one of the girls using a notepad to crack her door open. Besides, I have this weird hunch someone's been reading my diary. I've decided to not ignore this hunch. And it's getting worse. The fucking shithole town left a disgusting crack in my heart, and it's getting bigger and bigger. The voices I hear from the crack are getting louder. I see more and more eyes staring at me through the gap. When I ran out of places to run, I had only one solution. Now my memories are scattered all over the dark, and I must look for them in the dark. They keep me so warm. Oh my god, lady. You're so fucking weird. At least it worked. Like endless sun rays. Hell at that. Where the fuck is the door? Thank you. Is it? Does it matter which one where I put them? Okay, it's supposed to be like a poem. I cherish your smile. They keep me warm like endless sun rays. I indulge your gaze. No? I don't know. I hate poetry. Hold on. Am I doing them in the wrong order? A, B, C, B. I indulge your gaze like endless sun rays. Oh. Cherish your smile. I have no fucking idea. You're fucking crazy, lady. Indulge your gaze, I cherish your smile. They keep me so warm like endless sun rays. Well, gaze and Did I not do that before? I swear I did. When Brian preparing for a rematch with the Hammerheads, I once again gladly gave him a hand with the non-important homework stuff, and I must say the teachers here don't give their poor students a break just because the test is over. It's not like I'm burdened with helping out, but Brian is really trying so hard to get good grades. From what I heard, he doesn't have much to worry about going to college, since he's practically a local football star. Maybe his pushy police chief dad raised him to be an overachiever. It's funny how a model athlete like Brian got friends like Kyle who always find excuses to pull him out of school. It's unfair, really. As long as you are a sports star, you'll end up with douches like him, no matter how nice of a person you are. I don't speak with Kyle much, but I don't need a conversation to know what he's like. First of all, his girlfriend is freaking Stacy Lennings. The stare he gives me when I pass by is enough to creep me out for the whole day. I'd be lucky if Stacy didn't come along and start yapping about how Brian is out of my league. He has Kyle to play with, so why would she even care? Like, ask your boyfriend out for a drive. Geez, have a nice life with him so Brian can stay out of the poison he does not deserve. Oh. So is that me? I mean, clearly it's me, but like, who am I? Oh, I can't move. Oh! Hello? Bathroom. Reinhardt College discover your potential with our early administration program. We're waiting for anyone who is ready to take the next step. What the fuck are you smiling at? Oh, it. What the hell did I do? I hide. I gotta like juke him. No, I can't. What do I do? I don't. Ah. Oh. It's weird. Oh no, please no. Oh my god. Oh my, okay. I'm so confused as to what's happening. There was consulting session for Greenheart College student programs at the gym today. I've seen its posters all over the school since the day I arrived. I had nothing better to do, so I decided to give it a visit and spend my precious after-school time reading brochures. And once again, just like at the library, I was surprised to see Brian there. He was at early decision program booth. I wanted to talk to him, but instead I ran for my room, jumped to my bed, and out of nowhere, tears started to drop. I bet it was because of those stupid hearts. Yep, I saw those hearts again. Now they were on the gym walls too. At first I thought whoever drew them must be very insecure about the relationship, but the truth is that I wish I had a relationship to be insecure about too. Deep down, I know I want my own hearts on the wall too, but seeing Brian in the college booth felt like finally getting punched by reality. I have no idea what I'll be doing in a couple of years. I have thought of staying here at Rosen Peak, but with Brian preparing to leave, there's just no point to it. No Brian, no hearts on the wall. God, it's like my brain's creating a storm. I'm just gonna lie down for a bit and hopefully I'll be okay next week. I wake up without waking up. It's a rainy night. My life is ruined. Endless nightmare. My life is nothing but a repetition of waking up with nothing to live for. Not even a false hope to look forward to this time. Oh my fucking god, lady. A long time ago, when I finally got to accept my feelings for Brian, I thought everything was going to change, but every day has still just like every day. He was still a school star. I was still just his friend. When you live in Rosen Peak, people expect things to stay the same. If anything changed between us, it would ruin B and everything around him. That's how it went. Nothing changed when my whole world burned. I kept telling myself, maybe after graduation, I'll be able to express my feelings for him. I let the fire in my heart eat through my soul and body. I called myself a coward. But I chose to keep what little I had to enjoy. It was a poor kid crawling up in bed. Or do I really deserve that charity title? Am I really a victim in all this? Who is here to judge me anyway? It's all over. Everyone left me. So why do I feel like I'm being chased? Like someone's always watching me. Like someone is trying to judge me. How did the invite go? Is she in or not? Oh, she's coming. Doors like her can't say no to parties like this. Sweet, time to give her the drama she wants so bad. It's because of her, the moment she came into our lives, what little I had to enjoy started to crumble. I know I used half of this diary writing about Stacy being a bitch, but now she's unstable. I wasn't even past the first class when I saw her arguing like crazy with Kyle. Heard her shouting something like, "I'm done doing shit for you," before storming away. Then she saw me, and I was her next starter. She strutted toward me and said, "This is all your fault. Why don't you go back to fucking San Diego?" Wow, what did I do? She was off before I could even open my mouth. I turned to Kyle for answers, but he was gone too. Come to think of it, I really saw them hanging out recently. But I didn't know things were this tense. Brian's been acting weird too, though. He hasn't talked to me much recently. He even looks somewhat more upset than usual. I finally tried to ask him what was wrong, but he cut me short, asking if I called him last night again. All I could give was a blank face until Brian said never mind and I walked away. What was that about? What do you mean by again? Calling him in the middle of the night for no reason was something I've dreamed of, but that doesn't mean I actually did it. What the hell is going on? Only bad changes happen in my life, no matter how hard I try to protect it. Oh, I'm losing my voice. This is too much talking. A city girl just asking to become an outsider. That's all she was to me. That was all she was to me. Hell, that was all she was to everyone else. But then I saw them talking at the library. I couldn't see clearly, but I could tell what was going on. He was making her smile. It was another smile taunting my feelings for B. No one would ever know what kind of emotions I was hit with at that moment. A change was happening. I didn't like it at all. Stacy didn't like it either, and she never stand letting an easy social prey slip away from her. Naturally, Stacy took a peek into her diary one day. She took pictures of some of the entries and sent them to me and her gang. She wanted everyone to join her twisted, childish game. Bummer, was hoping to do some nasty stuff to her drunk ass. Still can't believe Brian had to take her like that. So I'm someone else? Well, bitches like Sam do tend to make some people feel sorry. She did mention something about her dad in her diary, but she has some nasty daddy issues. I know. How about you show everyone how needy a bitch can be? Oh. Sounds fun. But how? Leave it to me. Just keep reading her diary once in a while. Oh, so I'm not Brian or Sam. What the fuck? No. Can't be happening. What the hell? What the fuck is going? I don't even know how to describe what's happening this morning. This is fucked up. My hands are shaking again. It started when I opened my locker and something poured out. For a few seconds, my brain was cut off about whatever was happening. When I finally looked down, there were dozens of pictures scattered on the hallway floor. All of them were pictures of Brian with gibberish written on them. The whole school was at the hall. They looked at the pictures, and at me, and then at the pictures. Brian was there too. The face he gave me, the face of disgust. He turned away and left. He didn't even say anything. I tried to chase him, say something, anything to him. But the floor started spinning and people started whispering like they know what was going on. The air soon began to choke my throat. I swept what was on the floor and ran off to class. Of course, Stacy must have something to do with this. I looked for her, but she was nowhere to be found. The rest of the day was about nothing but avoiding eye contact with anyone. I can't sleep, Brian's not answering any of my texts, and there's no one to talk to. So, this diary is fake then. B kept saying nothing was going on between them, but I wasn't about to believe everything was just fine. How could he lie? But in my eyes, Sam was using Brian to fill her sad, empty life. I couldn't let that happen. She wanted drama. She didn't deserve. Is this Stacy's diary? She wanted drama she didn't deserve. She deserves shit. She doesn't get to barge in and start stealing the life I've only dreamed of. Stacy? Okay, I'm not Stacy. I'm someone else. Stacy kept doing what she does best, digging into others' secrets. She sent pictures of the little shit's diary pages to me. That's how I found out about the little trip to Colton Hill. It was our hideout since first year of high school, and her presence turned it into a fucking nothing. How could B do this to us? Sam's not the crazy one. I am. Makes sense. The only way to break them apart was to show Brian what a creep she was. Did you find the diary yet? Babe, I think you're taking this too seriously. Did you find it or not? I think she knows I'm sneaking into her room. I can't find it anywhere. Babe, I think you think you're too obsessed with breaking them up. You're bailing on me now? Forget it. So, you push her. Please, babe, maybe Brian doesn't even like the girl. I said forget it. Okay, so I was kind of right about the being in a way by guilt, but by something else. School counselor called me today. Mr. Fern asked me if the rumors were true. Rumors that I've been leaving heart drawings all over school. Rumors that I've been stalking Brian. At this point, the whole school must be out of its mind. I didn't even know the letters in the fucking heart spelled S and B. And what? Just because the initials are S and B, suddenly every name that starts with them are either Sam or Brian? And guess what? Even crazier words are on the street. Sam Holt, the daughter of a sex offender, craves Forbidden love. How on earth did Stacy find out about Dad? Why would she do so much to fuck up my life? And where the fuck is she? You know what? I'm tired. I'm tired of waiting for Brian to listen to me. I'm tired of looking for words to describe this fucked up situation. I can't believe I have to go through this again, so far from home and so soon. Brian, please say something. Oops. Let me stand up. My bad. I kept reading the disgusting words she wrote on her diary. At the same time, I felt something, a reminder of how I felt when I fell for B, how it felt so right and terribly wrong. Screaming into my pillow never helped with making feelings go away. Then I remembered she wrote something about her dad. It must have something to do with her existence in my life. I started digging. It wasn't even a challenge. Keith Holt arrested for sexually assaulting a teenager. It was beautiful. I found the perfect ending. All I had to do next was fill the rest of the story. How does Sam's dad even get married? He likes little girls, doesn't he? Maybe Sam's mom used to be the pervert's victim. Sam Holt calls Brian from the payphone in the middle of the night and silently listens to his voice. That Sam girl's got some balls. Everyone's talking about her pervy dad and she's still showing up to class respect. Sam Holt takes Brian's pictures and keeps them hidden in her locker. Sam Holt draws hearts all over the school to let others know Brian is hers. OMG, how could Sam Holt not kill herself? If my dad went on the news for touching teens, that's bye-bye world for me. Lol. A needy city girl with a huge hole to fill, a hole left by her sweet old daddy. It was just a disaster waiting to happen. No one, even Brian, would think otherwise. I made all the preparations while Stacy spread the rumors I created. It wasn't easy. I almost got caught taking pictures of Brian using the restroom. I kept going. Every pictures I took was a love confession I could never make. Every heart I drew was my sacrifice for him. When enough suspicion piled up on Sam, I stuffed all the pictures I took into her locker. It was a happy coincidence that B was there to see the spectacle unfold when it happened. It was over. Things were about to turn back to normal. And then Stacy's drama-filled head exploded. Maybe you'll be able to live again. I'm so confused. Oh! I'm literally hiding from the eye. Can I crouch? I can't even crouch. What do I do? Confused. I can't even run either. I'm gonna say, maybe you can run forever. I'm done watching you get away with shit you've done to me. Did you really think I wouldn't find out what's going on? I know you've been using me to break Sam and Brian apart so you can have some fun with her. Well, I had my share of fun when I told Brian what you've been doing. You should have seen the face he made when I got to the part about you drawing those parts. Gross. All over school. Hope you enjoy your happy life now that there's no Brian to get in your way. Oh, by the way, I saw you staring at that college poster. What did you think, what, did you like the girl in the poster too? Is that why you tore her face off? You need help. Don't bother calling me. Are you in love with... What? Oh. You're a druggie. Syringes everywhere. Please, man, Stacy got it all wrong. It's just a misunderstanding. It's a meaningless prank, that's all. Please, B, don't do this. Text me back, please. The day Stacy told Brian was the last day he talked to me. He was so angry at me, he could, well, yeah. He would never understand what I did for him. Typical, so fucking typical. Again, I was left alone to suffer. This time, someone had to pay for it. Twitch. Did I not do it right? Let me pick it up, so I'm assuming it's right. Oh. Oh, I understand. God, I'm tripping. Haha. Nope. 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 Sam. You murder her. So it's kind of not quite exactly what I... Obviously it's different, but... Kyle, what are you... Oh! Kyle? Kyle's in love with... So, okay, so that's why, what's her face? Stacy broke up with him. Because... she thought that he wanted her. You can see her dead body. Oh, not that far of a drop. He threw her bag away. Oh my god. I was so confused as to who I was. Sam's property, keep out. Was not expecting that. Holy hell. It was an accident. I never meant to kill her. Or maybe I did. Did I? It doesn't matter now. Did any of what I did matter? I left the team soon after what happened at Colton. After that, the school. From what I've heard, Brian easily got accepted to college. He left the town right after graduation. The fact that he's a star athlete with notable school record worked like a charm. He's been growing the idea of leaving Rosen Peak since his mom died. Living alone with his obnoxious dad didn't help much, but it's with being attached to his hometown. He kept his plan mostly a secret. He hated the attention he was getting as a star who lost his mom. If people found out his plan, they would surely be talking about it too. But he did hint about leaving, and I tried so hard to ignore what it meant for me. Even those college posters all over school were laughing at me. They were making fun of my impending doom. They were all saying, "Ha ha, see, you're gonna die alone here." Maybe I knew. I knew that Bee took an interest in Sam because she was just a clueless new girl who was lonely enough to do anything for any guy who was nice to her. But jealousy is a strong creature. It quickly devoured my mind. Soon anger took control of me. And I just needed someone to be mad at other than Brian. Even after he left me, anger still stayed. It still haunts me in my sleep, and every time I open my eyes, it just gets worse. And again, time to wake up. But wake up for what? To be greeted by the fact that I must start running around in circles again? That I must stick needles into my body so I can forget my past for a few fucking minutes? It's just like the story Miss Leslie once told us about, the shortest horror story in the world. The last man on earth heard a knock on the door. I'm alone in my room. I'm alone in this world. There's someone knocking on the door, and I don't know who it is. But I keep the door locked. No one comes in. No one goes out. I'm so tired. I just want it to end. Let's just wake up. Let's just open the door. I don't care who or what's waiting for me. But what about my diary, the one I've been keeping to remind myself I am the victim of everything that's happened? I don't know what I could do without it. What will keep me from going insane? Here comes the big question. Should I keep it? No. No, it's time to admit I've been keeping a memory of lies. I'm the only one to blame for the shit I had to deal with. About time I burned it. But what after that? I could open the door out of here, face whatever's waiting for me, or I could just stay with the fire and let go. Whatever the choice, it's time to light the fire. Damn. God, wrong button. Do I want? I mean, I'm curious as to what would happen, but I kind of want him to die. Death of Sam Holt, initially reported as a suicide, as she said, shed a new light by her former classmate. Kyle Jenkins confessed that he was with Holt when she fell to her death in Colton Hill in 2006. According to the shocking revelation, the 14-year-old transfer student from San Diego was involved in a heated confrontation with Mr. Jenkins due to 14. You were 11th year, though. Wouldn't that make you 17? Well, that was amazing. Like, that was a really good game. It was like the game that I was least excited for, and it's the one that was the best so far that I've played. It was such a good like concept. I loved like getting the story and not knowing what was happening, like being like, oh, here's like Sam's diary, but then you're also reading Sam's diary, and you don't you don't realize until like towards like obviously the end that you realize it's not Sam's diary, it's someone else who's obsessed with Brian. And then it comes out that it's Kyle. It was crazy. I really enjoyed that a lot. But that will be it for me tonight.